Okay, we're good. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Sandra Jefferson. Well, before I got married, it was Sandra Jackson. I am, I guess, what you call a cradle Catholic. I was raised in a Irish Catholic community in Chicago. My first parish being Holy Cross, where we actually had a nun principal there or a sister that was there. I'm not certain what convent that they came from, but I do remember baking cupcakes with them every month for the birthdays. That was one of the best memories I have from there. But then our schools consolidated, and I went to St. Calabanis, um, where I met the Sisters of Saint Dominic. Um, One of the ones that left an impression on me was Sister Carol, because one, she was just so smart, and just the way that every day we were taught about ourselves, and considering that she didn't necessarily look like me, it just impressed me because I didn't feel like I needed to be anything but me. Um, I am so grateful that I was able, that my mom thought enough to send me to a Catholic school, because I don't think I would have learned about myself in the way that I did any other place. Um, she loved me without condition or without bias. And I think because of that, it gave me a stronger sense of self, just navigating the world. I will tell one story. Um, now, now we do a thing where when the kids when it's hot in school, we'll automatically dismiss. We won't be in school. But back when I was younger, that was not heard of.
Uh-huh.
So she took a block of ice. She had someone bring a block of ice, put it in a tin, like a tin bucket, and put a box fan on it, and that was our air conditioner.
Hey, creativity.
I was amazed. I was thinking to myself, when we are like now out of school, I'm thinking they need a Sister Carol in their life, because that was genius. I mean, who thinks of that? And we were just as cool, and she would tell us to drink water or eat ice, and we was just fine. We learned just fine. And considering that she taught math, she actually taught pre-algebra. She was my teacher from the moment that I got to St. Calabanis, which was um, fifth grade. So it was in the 80s. And I loved her, and I loved the experience. And so I was happy when I was able to give that same experience to my second set. I have a first set, but my second set is when we moved to Kankakee County, and I enrolled my son Zachary in St. Joseph, and that's where I met three of the most wonderful nuns that I miss. Um, One being Sister Mary Charmaine, one being Sister Denise,
Yay.
and one is I think it was Sister Adair.
Adele.
And I actually had her telephone number. I mean, and it was like I got a chance to talk to them and work with them and just be in spirit with them. I've learned about how fun being that they have, because you don't know, you think, oh, okay, they're none, they can't have fun. Sister Mary Charmaine is the best dancer I've seen. I think she won every dance contest that we had at school. um, but having nuns or having sisters in school or in your life is just of importance. I now see the void that we have at our school because we don't have any sisters there. And the kids need to know that they need to know that kind of love and devotion, because you just don't see that in everyday life, even sometimes from, our loved ones. But they need to be able to experience that and be able to, have that tradition live on. I am so pleased and blessed to be honored to ask or to tell about my story and how nuns affected me, because I couldn't be who I am without it. And I have to say this, my youngest daughter wanted to be a nun. She's still kind of straddling the fence about it.
Great, she can talk to me.
And the person that really got her going in that direction was Sister Mary Charmaine. She just, it was just something about Sister that she just loved, and she misses her. And she did get a chance to see her last year before the pandemic, so we hope to see her again soon. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a year ago this time of National Catholic Sisters Week at the T.
Yep, it sure was.
And because of COVID, we can't have inside.
We stayed there like, it was like 2 hours after it was over.
Yeah.
It definitely was. Yeah, definitely was.
So you'll have to come back when pandemic is over.
Oh yeah, and we're bringing more people.
We will welcome you.
We're bringing some teachers this time. They were like, "Oh, you guys actually went." We're like, "Yeah, we told you we were going," but yeah, so they'll make time this time for sure.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and for your experience, I'm grateful. Thank you for doing this for Catholic Sisters Week. So do you want to just shout out Happy Catholic Sisters Week?
Happy Catholic Sisters Week. And I can't wait to see you guys in person for hugs.
That's right. Absolutely. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know what? We'll keep in touch. Sister
Okay.
Charmaine, myself, Adele, we can still write, we can still call, we can still Zoom. So we'll keep in touch.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So welcome. Tell me who you are.
Hi. I'm Diane Gonczy from Bradley, and I'm a lifelong member of St. Joseph's Church in Bradley. And my family, my father, myself, my daughters, and my granddaughter, we all went to St. Joseph's School, and we were students, and the sisters, the Dominican sisters, were a big part of our life growing up. In fact, my aunt and uncle lived right across the street. They had 5 kids that all went to school there and went to church there. And I'm from the Lambert family. And every summer we would have family reunions out at the state park. And somebody'd say, "Hey, who's going to go pick up the nuns?" So they all came out to the state park and, enjoyed our family reunion with all the Lambert family. And there were seven siblings. My father had 7 siblings, and they were all. So the Dominicans, I just kind of grew up around them. I lived 3 blocks from the church and school. So, and when I was in school, 7th or 8th grade, my friend Claudia and we were selected to be the sacristans, and we would go behind the sanctuary and lay out vestments for the priest. And we thought we were a big deal.
You were.
Yeah, I look back at that time and I'm like, wow, it was a much simpler time, but it was fun. It was great. And eventually I ended up working at St. Joseph's School as the secretary. I was there for 27 years. And in that time, I worked with many Dominican sisters. In fact, Sister Mary Emmerich, the sister that hired me. So it was nice to see her. And I worked, I can't even tell you how many, I can't even remember half the names. There were several, but I remember, of course, Sister Marceline and I worked for Sister Marceline for, I think, 9 years when she, I can't remember how long she was there, but we had a real good rapport. She was great to work for and with. And during my time at school, I also worked with Sister Alice Ann, who was a Franciscan, and Sister Mary Ann Heddle. And she was, what was she, sister? She was
SSCM from Kankakee.
That's right. Yes, yes.
Servants of the Holy Heart of Mary, and they started the St. Mary's Hospital.
Right, right. So the sisters, the Dominican sisters particularly, have been a very big part of my life. And, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the blessings and everything I, received from you. I know it's a lifelong commitment that you do, and it's so wonderful. So I wish you a happy Sisters Week and enjoy your week. I'll be praying for all of you, and I just wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Diane, for the many years that you put in working with us and for the church. And
Sure.
we're in this together.
Yes. Oh, that's my home. Yeah, St. Joe's is my home.
You'll have to come to the Mother House once COVID is over with.
Yes.
We'll look forward to having you come down and visit again.
Yes, that was a fun visit. We want to go to the farm.
Yes, come to the farm. Come back and see Sister Mary Emmerich and Marceline and Sister Mary Charmaine and
yes.
Sister Samuela, Sister Constance.
Constance,
so many of them. Sister Angelita, so many of them who were there during your time.
Yes, many of them. Yeah, they were wonderful. Yeah, couldn't have been better.
Yeah, and so wonderful that the last visit, just before COVID, when you came last year, you got to see Sister Lori, Marceline, all the sisters who had been in Bradley, including Sister Marie Andre.
Sister Marie Andre, yes, she and I had a nice little visit then. Yeah. So I was really, really happy that because shortly after that she did pass away. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I got to have a little visit with her. So that was great.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. This will make the Sisters' Day. Make the Sisters' Week.
Happy Sisters Week. Happy Sisters Day. And you made my day.
Thank you. So we'll be seeing you soon.
All right. Take care.
Right. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Go. Welcome.
Oh, my name is Kathleen Pechauer. I was born and raised in Bradley, Illinois. I went to St. Joseph's School in Bradley and had Dominican nuns from grades 1 through 8. And I can name each one of them, but I won't take the time. But there is one that I do want to mention, and that's Sister Marianita. I was so pleased to be able to visit with her a couple of times, and I had her in 2nd grade. We are a generation. I was the 2nd generation to go through St. Joseph's in Bradley. My father went through it. All of his brothers and sisters did. And there's a wonderful story about Sister Dionysius. When my father was 7 years old, Sister Dionysius was the principal at St. Joseph's grade school. And my father had received his vaccination, and some boy, or I assume it was a boy, punched him in the arm right at the point where it was festering. And the doctor told my grandmother that my dad was going to lose his arm. And my grandmother was beside herself. And she went and talked to Sister Dionysius, and Sister Dionysius said, "Oh no, we'll do something." And every day after school for weeks, my dad would go see Sister Dionysius, and she would work on his arm, and she saved his arm.
Wow.
He had a very big scab mark, but his arm was saved, and he went on to live until he was 84 years old. And for years, Sister Dionysius would come up to St. Anne, Illinois, for the St. Anne Novena. And she would always call, and my dad and Sister Dionysius would get together. And one time I answered the phone, and it was so funny because this woman said, "Is Willie there?" That was my dad's nickname. And I said, "Yes, may I ask who's calling?" And she said, "It's his girlfriend." Well, I was a little beside myself because I didn't know my dad had a girlfriend. And so after Dad got off the phone, he says, "I asked him about that." And he said, "Oh, that was Sister Dionysius. She was just giving you a hard time." And when my father died, Sister Denise, we met with her at St. Joseph's, and we told her some stories about my dad and about Sister Dionysius. And also during World War II, my dad was stationed in the Persian Gulf in Iran. And during Easter week, and it just so happened he passed away in Easter week.
I remember.
Yes. He was able to go to Jerusalem on leave, and he followed Christ walk through the town of Jerusalem to where he hung on the cross. And my dad brought back a book from Jerusalem that had all kinds of pictures and flowers pressed. And to this day, I still have that book. He brought one for my mother, who he was dating at the time, and for his mother. I feel very close to the Dominican sisters. Sister Charmaine, I always say she gives the best hugs, and she does. And Sister Denise, she gave such a wonderful homily for my dad. And ever since that day, I've considered her one of my best friends. She was wonderful. I am living in Virginia right now, and I've grown very attached to a group of women that are Benedictine sisters. I go to their monastery for Mass, and I became very, very close to several of their sisters. There was one, Sister Celine, she and I shared the same birthday. So and she loved Arby's. So every year on her birthday, I would give her a gift certificate to Arby's, and she loved that. And one year she gave me a beautiful cross necklace. But she lived until she was 97, but passed away, sadly, and I missed her. And I've missed a lot of the sisters who have passed away that I've grown very attached to. One especially was Sister Mary Leo. I always said that she had God's ear, because I had asked her several times to pray for people that were sick, who had cancer. And she prayed for them, and several of them, they're still here today. Their cancer is in remission, or their ailments have gone away. Sadly, 3 days after her 95th birthday last April, she passed away of congestive heart failure. And I miss her. She and I became buddies because the sisters out in Virginia had a Christmas bazaar every year. And she used to get towels and sew handles on them with cotton material so you could hang them on your appliances, like your oven or your dishwasher. Well, I used to buy her towels all the time. At first, it was just Christmas towels. And then we branched out to Valentine's Day, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, the 4th of July, Thanksgiving. One year, I even asked her if she would make 2 sets to give to friends. And she said, of course. And so there was one for every holiday for them. I still prayed for her, for the repose of her soul, and keep her in my heart and say, now you're even closer to God's ear. I can't thank the sisters, the Benedictine sisters, or the Dominican sisters for everything they've given me, their friendship, their love. I don't know what I'd do without them in my life. I want to say a special hello to Sister Charmaine, Sister Marianita, Sister Kathleen, Sister Denise, Sister Marceline. I love you all, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, and thanks for taking the time to do this. Since the pandemic, the sisters have all been a house of prayer for everybody, but have been in isolation. And so seeing this story, I think, will just make their day. So, and especially during Catholic Sisters Week. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And let's hope we can get together this summer.
Absolutely. I know you've been here before. We all gathered in the dining room and told so many stories. I hope we can do it again.
Me too. Even if we have to sit outside.
Absolutely. We got a big courtyard.
Yeah, 6 feet apart.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, sister.
All right. Thank you. Oh, okay. Welcome.
Thank you, sister. Sister Denise, little sister, my baby sister. And hello to all you, the sisters at Springfield. My name's Terry Glazik. I was very fortunate to grow up in a Catholic faith. Grew up in Ludlow, rural Ludlow, and had Dominican sisters teach catechism on Saturday. And my teachers were Sister Germaine and Sister John Bosco. And they, if memory serves me correctly, I believe they helped me learn Latin to become an altar boy. Took 2 years of study, learned to speak Latin or pray Latin at Mass. And when I graduated to become an altar boy, we moved across the street into a new church and went to English. So I never got to serve a Latin Mass. But anyway, great memories. Also had the very, very fortunate to be, not only did Sister Sarah, Sister Andre, my kids, my grandkids have gone through St. Malachi's. Super Sister Sarah spent a lot of time, influenced our family, as you know, as she influenced Sister Denise to join the Dominicans. Spent a lot of time with us, swimming with us, eating with us, teaching us a lot about our faith. So anyway, we've enjoyed having the Dominicans. Really sorry we can't keep them longer, but we do understand. Still get to work with Sister Paulette still a little bit. But some of the other the sisters from St. Malachi's that we knew real well was, the #1 Cub fan in the world was Sister Rosa Lima.
Absolutely.
So, she was great. Lots of fun. Happiest person in the world. Never had a crossword for anybody. So really enjoyed having the Dominicans here. So appreciate what you've done. Congratulations on Catholic Sisters Week and we had you for the 100 years at St. Malachi's, or maybe a little over that. So we've had a great run, and I wished I could all be there with all of you to celebrate, but we'll get there someday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.